Having been stuck in development hell, real-world events may have just offered the stalled white-collar reboot a way out. Rumblings about the project started in 2023, when Matt Bomer first revealed that there were some discussions about bringing back the USA Network series. At this point, Suits was dominating its run on Netflix, and considering its similar origins, it also seemed like the perfect time to bring back White Collar. Years and the failed Suits LA spin-off later, the Jeff Easton-created legal drama's attempt to return with new episodes is still fruitless. While the show, officially titled White Collar, Renaissance, appears to have a clear story vision, no platform has yet to nab it. Per the last substantial update, it is still being shopped around. Regardless of the reason for broadcasters refusing to claim the show, White Collar, Renaissance may have just found the perfect way to sell the new show. Interestingly, this is inspired by a shocking real-life event in 2025. The 2025 Louvre heist is the perfect jumping point for the White Collar Reboot USA via MovieStills.db. In a brazen heist done in broad daylight, priceless gems from the Louvre in Paris were taken by a small group of thieves. Apparently, the robbers used a truck-mounted ladder to enter a window into the Apollo Gallery. 2 high-security display cases were targeted, with 8 of its pieces being taken away, via CNN. Obviously, this has captured the attention of the whole world, especially considering that it happened during museum hours. The plan was brazen and yet, very simple. Somehow, it's reminiscent of Neil Caffrey's exploits in White Collar, before he was ultimately arrested by Peter Burke. Given all of this attention on the Louvre heist, it is the best time to actively sell the idea of the revival once again. Using this real-life incident as a selling point for White Collar and maybe even incorporating it into its storytelling could be an effective way to resurrect people's enthusiasm about the project. If anything, this type of fascinating true crime also has an appeal of its own, and Easton can use it to boost the chances of his show finally moving forward. It also helps that at the end of White Collar, Caffrey is seen in Paris. Why the White Collar reboot needs to happen? Admittedly, White Collar never really got to the same level of popularity as Suits did in the 2020s. That said, it doesn't mean that it is inferior in quality. If anything, White Collar has a better revival aspect than Suits ever did. While reassembling the Pearson-Hardman gang would have been virtually impossible, all the major players in Caffrey and Burke's life are game to return. Beyond that, Suits' original ending doesn't really leave any space for a revisit. It felt like a proper ending for that time in Harvey and Mike's arc in New York. While a new narrative could start in Seattle, it would be a drastic change to what made the original show appealing in the first place. White Collar's ending, on the other hand, almost begs a continuation, especially as Burke finds out the truth about Caffrey's death.